Great job, though.
Good afternoon and welcome to the bronze medal game of the Men's 2018 National Baseball Championships on Go Live Broadcasts. Today's matchup between New Brunswick's Moncton Fisher Cats and Ontario's first team, the Tecumseh Thunder. Both teams taking the tough loss in this morning's semi-final action. However, they are still fighting for the final spot on the podium. Tecumseh being one of the tournament favorites prior to the semi-final, going flawless in pool play. However, they did concede their first loss of the tournament in this morning's matchup versus the host team, the Victoria Mavericks. And as for the Fisher Cats, they finished with an even 2-2 record in pool play and got the best of the Ilderton Red Army in yesterday morning's quarterfinal to advance to a semifinal versus British Columbia this morning. In that midday thriller, New Brunswick found themselves tied at the bottom of the ninth with BC's Taylor Lawrence at the plate. And Lawrence hit a walk-off single to win the game, meaning the Fisher Cats were eliminated from the gold medal contention on the spot. So both teams with plenty to play for in today's bronze medal matchup on Go Live Broadcasts. So kicking things off for the Moncton Fisher Cats at the plate is number 12, Dave Barr. And on the mound for the Thunder today, we have Joel Pierce out of Windsor, Ontario. So first pitch of the day called strike. So Pierce being the 6'4" righty out of Windsor, Ontario, as I said. Been able to deliver some consistent games for the Thunder. So with that, ball, the count moves to 1-1. That one catching the bottom left side of the strike zone for strike two. And a big swing there as Joel Pierce strikes out his first victim of the day on the first at-bat. And Dave Barr, a little bit of chat to his teammate there. I believe talking a little bit about the umpire's decision on that third pitch. So next up, number 14, Jeff Watkin, the catcher for the Moncton Fisher Cats. So just to introduce the umpires for today's matchup. At home plate, we have Andrew Downs. At first base, we have Mike Doucette. And in the infield, we have Jamie Killingsworth. A fine crew for today's bronze medal matchup, that's for sure. That one missing low and quite far outside for ball two. So in the field right now for the Thunder, just to take a look at the starting lineups. Standing at second base, we have number 1, Matt Sykes. At first base, we have number 27, Cam Goddard, as that one's catching the bottom left side of the strike zone for the first strike of the at-bat. And standing at third base, we have Eric Cunningham, the franchise, the man with the split color of hair down the middle, the one side purple, one side bleached, and as that one just crosses the top of his hair for the first hit today for the Moncton Fisher Cats, as number 14, Jeff Watkin, gets on base. And big cheers there from the Moncton crowd. Also out in the field, out in right field, we have number 22, Ross Barker. And in center field, we have number 12, Austin Oulds. And over in left, Stephen Adam, number 29. So Watkin taking quite the lead off there as catcher for the Thunder, Jesse Carrier, takes strike one. That one swung through hard and popped up to right field. And it will be taken as Jeff Watkin goes back to tag up at first. And so some high-pitched screams there. I believe we'll be hearing those all game long from the Moncton fan base. And unfortunately, they're very close to the commentary box, so you might hear some loud noises. And it's okay to have that every now and then here, especially in a bronze medal matchup such as today. So number 3, Serge Vatour at the plate now. That one swung through and fouled hard into the back net there by Vatour. So this is Serge Vatour. He was the 2018 Men's Baseball National Championships Home Run Derby champion. I believe his brother is also on the squad in Luke Vatour, and you'll catch him out in center field for the Fisher Cats. So Pierce looking on now, and as that one's called ball, just a little too far inside. Count is 2-1 now as Pierce looks on. That one swung through and smacked hard into right field as the Serge Vatour gets on base. And Jeff Watkin puts the brakes on at second. So early on here for the Fisher Cats, they have Jeff Watkin at second and Serge Vatour at first. As the Fisher Cats right fielder, Mark Phillips, steps up to the plate. That one catching the left side of the strike zone for strike one. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. So this bronze medal matchup being game number 25 of the tournament. That one just a little too far outside for ball one, moving the count to 1-1. So Phillips looking on now. Swings through hard and missing on that one for strike 2. So a little bit of a mix of sun and clouds in today's matchup. Temperature sitting around 17 degrees Celsius. And there is a little bit of a wind sitting around 19 kilometers an hour, and that's heading towards right field. That one swung through hard again for the third and final strikeout of this inning. As the Tecumseh Thunder head to the bottom of the first inning, keeping the Moncton Fisher Cats scoreless on Go Live broadcasts.
BCLC is proud to be a part of communities across BC. From entertainment and great prizes to jobs and support for the tourism industry, The benefits of our business are province-wide. Every year, our players generate more than $1 billion for the province of BC, which is used to support healthcare, education, and community groups. Together, we play it forward.
At the mound today for the Moncton Fisher Cats is the 6-foot lefty out of Riverview, New Brunswick, number 20, Sam Lund. And while we're at it, we might as well review the starting lineup in the field today for the Fisher Cats. Out in left field, we have Dave Barr, number 12. In center field, we have Luke Vautour, number 45. And deep in right field, number 17, Mark Phillips, as that one's called strike one. On the first pitch here by Mr. Lund. Standing at first base, number 3, Serge Vautour. That one swung through and bump balled up to second base and collected. Thrown over to first, and he will be out at first. Lovely take by the shortstop for the Fisher Cats, Tyler Walchuk. So just to the left of Walchuk there, standing at third base, Stephen Thorne. And making our way back to second will be Marcus Coates, number 5. So at the plate now is the left fielder, Stephen Adam. That one's catching the bottom right of the strike zone for strike one. And to finish off the starting lineup here for the Fisher Cats, behind the plate is Jeff Watkin. That one being called ball, just a little below the strike zone. That one being called ball 2, moving the count to 2-1. That one swung through hard and missed by Watkin there to move the count to 2-2. And check that, that's actually Stephen Adam batting, not Watkin. Watkin is behind the plate with the mitt on. So on deck here for the Thunder, Cam Goddard. That one's hit hard up to the right fielder for the Fisher Cats. And Mark Phillips takes that with ease. So 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning for the Fisher Cats, and they're off to a solid start. So first baseman Cam Goddard at the plate now. And the designated hitter, Roberto Duncan, on deck.
One time, kid. Here we go, 2-7.
So Lund with a 72-mile-per-hour breaking ball there, and being called for ball 1. Looking on for the second pitch. That will be called ball 2.
Yeah, none of the tension and chirping. Ton of love.
That one looked on, and he decided to hold back, and that will be called strike 1, moving the count to 2-1 here with 2 down in the bottom of the first. Goddard watches that one go just outside. 3-1 the count now. That one swung through and just chipped over the shortstop's head there. Tyler Walchuk watching that one slide all the way out to center field. So Cam Goddard will reach on base for the first time today for the Thunder. So a quick chat here between the catcher, Jeff Watkin, and starting pitcher Sam Lund here. Just a quick change of mitt here. That's what the break is for. Walchuk just looking for a comfier mitt, I guess. So while we have the Thunder at bat, we should take a look at players to watch for them. And although thus far in the tournaments, the Thunder are yet to hit any 4 baggers, they are quite exceptional at getting themselves on base, which in my opinion can be just as deadly as the long ball, as they have proven with a 4-1 winning record. So Duncan watching that one go inside for ball 1. So leading the charge with a bat for the Thunder is number 1, Matt Sykes, who has been leading off the top of the order. Sykes with 4 singles and 4 doubles and has come up clutch in late game scenarios. Duncan smacks that one to left field, but I believe it will be deemed a foul ball. That one called for strike 2. Catching the bottom side of the strike zone there. So Duncan, the 6'3", big unit out of Windsor, Ontario. Swung through hard, and he will be struck out for the final out of the inning. Sam Lund able to hold the Tecumseh Thunder scoreless there. And so we move to the top of the second inning. Things all tied up at 0 in Victoria, BC on Go Live Broadcasts.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica. Ship 'em off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery. Sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup, that is how we brew it up.
Cool. How are you making donuts?
Marcus Coates stepping up to the plate now as we resume in the Men's National Baseball Championships 2018 here in the bronze medal matchup where the Tecumseh Thunder take on the Moncton Fisher Cats. And Joel Pierce still at the mound now. So Coates watching that one go bottom right, and it's called strike emphatically by home plate umpire Andrew Downs. Pierce just throwing a little too far left there to move the count to 1-1. So count moves to 2-1 as that one misses down and low. That one swung through hard and chipped to the third baseman. The franchise picks it up and gets him out at first. Despite the cheering efforts from the Fisher Cats, the franchise able to pick that one up bare hand nicely and get it over to first baseman Cam Goddard. So at the plate now for the Fisher Cats, number 45, Luke Vautour. That one catching the bottom left side. It seems as though Luke Vautour is stuck in a frozen stance. That one watched to go bottom left once again to move the count to 0-2. That one quite far outside, moving the count to 1-2 here. So Joel Pierce with quite the commanding stance at the mound now. That one fouled hard, just over the stands and into the Beacon Hill, Victoria area. So Luke Vautour swung through hard, and Joel Pierce sends him off. So in accordance with his commanding stance, check that. Joel Pierce taking command of the Fisher Cats batting lineup thus far, holding them scoreless. So Stephen Thorne, the third baseman, watches the first pitch come through for ball one. That one just missing the left side of the strike zone for ball two. That one let loose there by the catcher. However, no damage done, as no runners are on base. So Stephen Thorne in good position with 3 balls pitched thus far. And as he watches ball 4 come through, he will be walked to first base for the second man on base for the Moncton Fisher Cats. As the last batter in the lineup, number 2, the shortstop, Tyler Walchuk, steps up to the plate. That one a little far outside, and for ball 1. Joel Pierce pitching one more ball to move the count to 2-0. So if you're following Go Live broadcasts today, then if you have a Twitter account that you're using, then please follow us on social media. And if you're talking about baseball, we want to hear what you have to say with hashtag #BaseballCanada. And if you tweet that, you could have your tweets featured live on Go Live broadcasts.
Back in here, let's go.
So please do keep an eye out for that if you're talking about us or talking about baseball on Twitter. That one just missing the strike zone to move the count to 3-1 here.
Right back in, kid. Here we go.
So that one just a little low as Joel Pierce walks his second man of this half inning. So that will mean the Fisher Cats have a man on first and a man on second. So back to the top of the order we go for the Fisher Cats here. And that is Dave Barr, the outfielder out of Fredericton, New Brunswick. And Barr had a monster tournament last year. He hit .567 average with a tournament-leading 3 homers and 15 RBIs in 7 games. That is truly a amazing performance there by Barr. So Barr watches that one go low and just missing the strike zone to move the count to 1-1.
Go 2-4. Here we go, Pierce.
And although it's not quite 15 RBIs like last year's tournament, Barr swings through hard on that one to center field. It will be a popped up and it'll be taken with ease. Just to finish up that point, Dave Barr having 5 RBIs this season, so he's leading the team with in this tournament. So with that take by Austin Olds for the Tecumseh Thunder in center field, that will keep the game scoreless here as we head to the bottom of the second inning at Royal Athletic Park. So the Tecumseh Thunder catcher, Jesse Carrier, up to the plate now as he looks to score the first run of the game. And he's leading off here for the Thunder now. And on deck is Eric Cunningham, number 3, the franchise. So Carrier watches that strike pop down through the bottom of the strike zone as he tosses some dirt around. So Lund finding his second strike of the at-bat there. That fastball coming through at around 80 miles per hour. Emphatic strikeout call there by the home plate umpire, Andrew Downs, and Sam Lund claims his first victim of the bottom of the second inning as that 74 mile per hour breaking ball cracks through the leading batter. So Eric Cunningham at the plate now. So Lund in a little bit of a groove now with 4 strikes pitched in a row. So the franchise watching that one go just a little bit outside for ball 1. Swings through hard there. The franchise not unable to get any sort of contact on that one. Looks as though it's a little bit of a painful swing. Big swing there as he gets caught out at third base, and he is called out by the third base umpire. Solid reflexes there by Stephen Thorne, the Fisher Cats third baseman. So the franchise not too happy with that call. When things don't go his way, he can be a little bit of a baby, but that's okay because the franchise has big energy. So that strike call there. The catching the bottom left of the strike zone, number 22 for the Thunder up to bat now, Ross Barker. That one popped up high, but it will go into stands and foul territory there. Moving the count to 0-2 with 2 down here. So Sam Lund in a position now to finish off the inning. That one fouled one more time into foul territory. So huge strikeout there as Sam Lund says tic-tac-toe we go. 3 strikeouts there, or 2 strikeouts and a hit to third base. So the Moncton Fisher Cats in comfortable position now. Game all tied up as we head to the top of the third inning here on Go Live Broadcasts.
Silver Streak boats, available exclusively at SG Power Victoria.
So here we are now in the top of the third inning, and Jeff Watkin up to the plate for the second time today for the Moncton Fisher Cats. So Jeff Watkin definitely being a batter to watch for the Fisher Cats. Joel Pierce finds the bottom left of the strike zone there. So Watkin hovering around a 389 average, which means in 18 at-bats, he's managed to crack 7 off the bat. So well watched there as it goes down and inside for ball 1. So that one popped up high to right field. And Ross Barker will take that comfortably for the first out of the inning. So up to the plate now for the Fisher Cats, the designated hitter, Chris Keating. And on deck for the Fisher Cats, the first baseman, Serge Vautour. That one bunted for foul. So just some fun facts here on the man on deck, Serge Vautour. As I said, he was the 2018 Home Run Derby champion. And so far in the tournament, he has 7 hits in 20 at-bats. And that one swung through hard and missed by Chris Keating, moving the count to 0-2. So 7 hits in 20 at-bats for Vautour, and which means he has a 350 average. That one swung through and hit down the center of the field as the cheering squad cheers him on. And he advances to first base. So solid contact there for Chris Keating. And so Vautour with 2 home runs thus far in the tournament. He did score the highest score with a collective score between the 2 rounds of the Home Run Derby with 7 total home runs. So 2 is not quite 7, but this is obviously different form. And to add to his value on the defensive end, Vautour also presenting a consistently strong work ethic to bolster the Fisher Cats defense. As he watches that one go just outside the strike zone for ball 1 of the at-bat. That one catching the outside of the strike zone, and Vautour looks to be not very happy with the umpire calls there as he takes some time at the plate. And he signals quite the small strike zone there. He's showing his teammates what the strike zone looks like apparently. So it's never good to miss to get the home plate umpire Andrew Downs angry. That one called strike, and I'm even though I'm sure it was a strike, it's got to feel nice for Serge Vautour there to get the call. So count now 1-2. So Chris Keating heads for second, and a little bit of a off cue on the throw there by the catcher. So Chris Keating will get to second. And maybe we should start supplying some Tide on the go for some of these base runners here as the jerseys can get very dirty. That's baseball for you. 2-2 here now. Serge Vautour at the plate with a man on second. So Vautour swings through hard and struck out there. And so although he is shaking his head, nothing to blame to the umpire there. So number 17 for the Fisher Cats, Mark Phillips, the right fielder. So Phillips, the right fielder out of St. John, New Brunswick. That one's quite far outside for ball 1.
Go.
A big swing there, and it's popped up for a foul ball. So the crash of ground, check that. The crash of glass sound played in the stadium on that foul ball. So on deck here for the Fisher Cats, number 5, Marcus Coates. And we'll see if we make it to him with 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. That one swung through and hit back to the pitcher. Great reflexes by Joel Pierce there as he finds the 3rd out of the inning.
Let's score some runs.
So things are still tied up at 0 here as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Both teams held at 0. And so the Moncton Fisher Cats head out to the field, and the Tecumseh Thunder up to bat on Go Live Broadcasts.
Hi, I'm Tommy Jew. I'm the shortstop for the Harbor Cats. I'm a freshman at UC Santa Barbara, and I don't chew, and neither should you.
My name is Riley Gunter. I go to the University of British Columbia, and I don't chew, nor should you.
So with the Thunder here now looking for their first runs of the game. Number 12, the center fielder Austin Oulds stepping up to the plate. So Sam Lund now throwing the first pitch of the inning. And called ball on the 78 mile per hour slider. So tempted on that one, Austin Oulds was. However, he made the right decision, being called ball. That one swung through and fouled hard into the back boards there. A flinch or two from the crowd, and how can you not when the ball's traveling that quick off the bat? So 2-1 the count now. That one quite far outside for ball 3. So Austin Oulds with a 3-1 count now, and the chance to lead off and get on base for the Tecumseh Thunder. So that one actually hitting the shin pad there as he has walked to first base. I'm not sure if that hit his shin pad or not, but either way it will be called a ball. So for the first time today, the Tecumseh Thunder's shortstop, number 11, Brandon Gignac, will step up to the plate. And definitely with the fanciest cleats of the day, with some gold shoes on. That one catches the left side of the strike zone. 0-1 the count now. So heading for second now, number 12. Oh, so number 12, check that. Austin Oulds will make his way to third now on an overthrow. Sorry, I got a little bit excited there. So the pitch was not even thrown. And Austin Oulds had the courage to run to second, and it paid off as he got a free extra bag to third. So the Thunder now in scoring position for the first time today. So Lund throwing a ball there to move the count to 1-1. So big swing there by Gignac, and it will be tipped to the catcher, meaning check that, strike 2 will be put up on the board. So a little bit of a check on the swing there by Gignac as he watches ball 2 come through. So big swing there, and it's bump balled to the shortstop. And so although he's called out at first, a run is scored by the Tecumseh Thunder as Austin Oulds crosses home plate. So Tyler Walchuk, the collection at shortstop there, and he decided to throw it to first base, although he looked as though it would have been a very small margin of error if he tried for home. So at the plate now, we're back to the top of the order for the Tecumseh Thunder. Number 1, Matt Sykes. So Sykes pops that one up for foul ball near the dugout, and Serge Vautour will take that. So unfortunate hit there by Matt Sykes. So prior to today's matchup, Sykes was sitting at a .222 average, and so he should be looking off to finish an exceptional tournament for him today with a win. So up next, Steven Adam. He's the number 29, the left fielder for the Thunder. So Adam watches that pitch come through for strike 1. So Steven Adam also a player on that I said to watch earlier on in the game, and he's been the most consistent player for Ontario's first team, that's for sure. That one smacked up high to the left fielder. And taken. So Dave Barr takes that comfortably in left field, and the first run of the game scored by the Tecumseh Thunder there in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And so we slide now to the top of the 4th. The Moncton Fisher Cats 0 and the Tecumseh Thunder 1. So we'll be right back here at Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park on Go Live Broadcasts. Joel Pierce going strong at the mound now for the Tecumseh Thunder. As a little bit of banter goes between the franchise and Joel Pierce there to start off the top of the 4th inning. And Marcus Coates at the plate now. So he watches strike 1 come through the bottom left side of the strike zone. After waiting patiently last inning, Marcus Coates was on deck and unfortunately not able to get up to bat. So he will start off now for the Moncton Fisher Cats. So he watches strike 2 come through. That one fouled hard. And actually hitting a moving car. So some oohs and ahs from the crowd there as the impact was quite loud. So big swing there, and that ball will be ruled fair. And so a tag up on first base there by Thunder's number 27, Cam Goddard. So a little bit unlucky there. The ball was ruled fair as it hopped just above the first base. So as Marcus Coates walks to the dugout, number 45, Luke Fatour, up to the plate for the 2nd time today. So Fatour watches that strike come through the center of the strike zone. Big swing there, and he fouls that one hard into foul territory. So Fatour swings through hard, and it goes to second base, collected wonderfully, and thrown to first in a nice little dipsy doodle. 180 there by shortstop Brandon Gignac. Lovely collection there. So number 24, Stephen Thorne, the 3rd baseman for the Fisher Cats, up to bat now. That's a quick trigger there by Joel Pierce. However, it's called ball, just a little outside. One more ball there for Pierce, moving the count to 2-0. Strike 1, emphatic strike call there by home plate umpire Andrew Downs. 2 down, and the count is 2-1. So hard foul ball there into his friendly team's dugout as the count moves up to 2-2. So foul ball there into the backboards. So that last foul ball just about hitting the head of head coach Pat Tardif. However, it was a lovely reaction speed by him. So reaching for that one, however, unsuccessful on the swing. And so he will be run out at first base as the Tecumseh Thunder keep the Moncton Fisher Cats scoreless still. And Joel Pierce in a little bit of a groove now. So we'll see how he continues. And we head now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Now, I have said it once, but I'll say it again. If you're talking about baseball, we want to hear it. Join the conversation by tweeting #BaseballCanada, and your tweets could be featured live on the Go Live broadcasts, and not a bad way to gain some followers or find others who want to chat about baseball with you. So the first baseman for the Thunder up to bat now, number 27, Cam Goddard. So Goddard swings through hard, and first pitch will be called strike. So Goddard pops that one high to center field. And so Moncton Fisher Cats center fielder Luke Vautour will take that with a hop, skip, and a jump in center field. So although Cam Goddard couldn't reach the 390 feet there at center field for a home run, he did participate in the home run derby on Wednesday evening. Didn't make it out of the first round, but some shenanigans by him in the franchise were definitely entertaining. So at the plate now, number 16, Roberto Duncan, the designated hitter for the Tecumseh Thunder. So he's watching that one go. They're down the center of the strike zone. Strike zone for a 1-1. That one a little far outside to move the count to 2-1. So a foul ball there by Roberto Duncan. And as it rolls off the net, it's taken nicely by the ball boy. So ahead of this at-bat, Roberto Duncan is sitting at a 167 average. That one quite far inside, just about hitting his upper thigh. Moving the count to a full one, 3-2. So that one hit hard down the left field line and taken lovely by the third base coach for the Thunder. So a full count now here, once again, for Roberto Duncan, and Sam Lund looking to find the second out of the inning. So Duncan swings through hard, and a lovely strikeout by Sam Lund there. And so he will find his second out, and I believe his third strikeout of the day. So the Thunder do have one run today thus far, but Sam Lund has been pitching pretty consistently. So the catcher, number 7, Jesse Carrier, at the plate now. He watches that pitch come through for a strike. So Carrier smacks that one over to the rooftop patio in the Strathcona Lodge. So that one ruled foul as the count moves now to 0-2. So Lund in good position here now with the 2 strikes and 2 outs. So that one swerving just outside the bottom right side of the strike zone at around 73 miles per hour. Clocked in on the Wallace speed gun. That one just a little high. Good eye there by Tecumseh Thunder's catcher, Jesse Carrier. And definitely he has a catcher's eye. So behind the plate, being able to watch balls go by all game long. See how he does here with the bat. So why not? One more full count here. 2 down. So the Thunder's catcher, Jesse Carrier, sitting in a fun position as Sam Lund looking to get the third and final out of the inning. So Carrier holds back the swing, and for good reason, and so he is walked to first base. So a complaint or two by the crowd there, but that's the way it goes when a full count ball is called. And so my main man, the franchise, at the plate now, the third baseman. And he's definitely someone I like to poke a lot of fun at, as someone who introduces himself as the franchise. He's definitely an approachable person. So he watches the first strike go by there. That one just going below the catcher's mitt as Jesse Carrier advances to second base. So that ball a little low in the dirt, and so we're going to exchange balls here. So thankfully no rain thus far today. I'm going to knock on wood 3 times here. And so we have the 7 p.m. final tonight in the all-provincial matchup between the host team Victoria Mavericks and the British Columbia Coquitlam Angels. That one swung through hard by the franchise, unable to get contact on that one. So we hope this weather keeps up. There is no forecast for rain, so we should be all right. So the franchise with a 1-2 count now. He swings through and hits that one hard to the shortstop, and it is collected and thrown over to first base. So they will get the out. So the Tecumseh Thunder held scoreless by Sam Lund there. And so score sitting at Moncton Fisher Cats 0 and the Tecumseh Thunder 1. So we'll be right back at the top of the 5th inning here on Go Live Broadcasts in some men's national baseball action. So the Moncton Fisher Cats shortstop Tyler Walchuk at the plate now. So Joel Pierce finds his first strike of this at-bat and this inning as well. So another strike called, that one quite low. However, it does catch the bottom side of the strike zone. And I'm definitely a huge fan of these strike calls from home plate umpire Andrew Downs. That one Not quite as successful as the last two, so that would be called ball, moving the count to 1-2. But good tempting ball there by Joel Pierce. So a good stop there by catcher Jesse Carrier. That one swung through hard and fouled to the road. Thankfully, no bangs from hitting a car this time. So that one bump balled to the shortstop and collected and thrown to first base. So he will be called out. So Tyler Walchuk unable to reach first base safely on that infield hit. And that means back to the top of the order we go. So Dave Barr at the plate now, the veteran left fielder. So Dave Barr, as I said, out of Fredericton, New Brunswick. That one hit hard, and that one's hit between the gap of shortstop and third base. So Dave Barr continues his tournament run of consistency as he gets on to first base there with a solid base hit. So Jeff Watkin up to bat now, the Moncton Fisher Cats catcher, as I've said before. So taking his time here now at the plate, and in no rush as we are sitting here in the top of the fifth inning. Things moving pretty quickly, and only one run scored in the game thus far. That one hit hard down to the shortstop, and a little bit of a fumble there, but he does get the out at first base. So Mr. Dipsy Doodle for the Tecumseh Thunder, Brandon Gignac. It looked as though he had it in his hand, but he did fumble it real quick, and so unable to get the double play. However, lovely fix there on his mistake, and he threw it over to first base to get the out. So Cam Goddard, or check that. Chris Keating, the designated hitter, up for the Moncton Fisher Cats. So first strike in the first pitch there by Joel Pierce. And on deck for the Fisher Cats, Serge Vautour, the man who had some stick with the umpire early on. So if we get there, we could be seeing some more stick. So swing through hard there for strike two. So Pierce with some room to play now. 0-2 the count and 2 down in the top of the fifth. And the Fisher Cats DH at the plate. So swung through and fouled hard. So the lefty Chris Keating sitting with no balls and 2 strikes. He does have Dave Barr chilling on second, so but he fouls that one more time. His front foot slipping a little there and trying to plant and move his momentum forward. So that one line drive down the right field line for a foul ball. And we've been seeing quite a few foul balls today. So Dave Barr taking that strut back to second base now. So still no balls pitched at this at-bat. Solid execution from Pierce. So it appears I spoke a little too soon, but that's okay. That's the way it goes. As the count moves to 1-2.
Back in here, kid.
So swung through and hit hard to the second baseman. And so Matt Sykes collects that comfortably and throws it to first base to continue the scoreless woes of the Moncton Fisher Cats. And so a solid outing here thus far by Joel Pierce. Only allowing one hit on the day, and so things continue to stay at 0 runs for the Moncton Fisher Cats and 1 for the Tecumseh Thunder. So aside from the main game that's going on, as you see here on Go Live broadcasts, there is one that is a second game going on, and it's called the Duel of the Dews. So who has the better dew between the starting pitchers? And so that's between 6'4" righty Joel Pierce and 6' lefty Sam Lund. And so I'm gonna have to say that this one's an easy win for Moncton Fisher Cats Sam Lund, as you can see there, and as he's warming up, a lovely mullet coming out of the back of the hat. So Sam Lund wins the Duel of the Dews today. And so you be sure to check in on the 7 p.m. game to see who wins the Duel of the Dews in the final matchup.
From entertainment and great prizes to jobs and support for the tourism industry, the benefits of our business are province-wide. Every year, our players generate more than $1 billion for the province of BC, which is used to support healthcare, education, and community groups. Together, we play it forward.
Thunder. So he watches the first pitch of the inning come through and called strike. That one swung through hard and called for strike number 2 in this at bat. One more swing through, however that one is fouled into the backboards there and collected very nicely by the Moncton Fisher Cats ball boy. So 0-2 the count now, as Sam Lund looking to strike out the batter, and that one's fouled hard down the left line. So big swing there and a big strikeout by Sam Lund, as Ross Barker unable to connect. So add one more K to the stat sheet for Sam Lund. And so at the plate now, number 12, the center fielder for the Thunder, Austin Oults. And he swings through hard and misses on that one again. And a little bit of a roll found now by Sam Lund. That one popped up high and looking as though it's going to be the left fielder's call. So Dave Barr taking that one nicely in left field to get the second out of the inning for the Moncton Fisher Cats. So Brandon Gignac, Mr. Dipsy Doodle at shortstop, up to bat now. So tempted on the swing there. However, he holds back, and it's still called strike. So Gignac looking now to get on base for the first time this inning. That one dropping low and into the dirt. Popped up by the catcher. And a little bit of a taunt going on there by the Thunder's ball boy. And a few laughs in the crowd as well. So Gignac sitting at a 1-1 count now. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. That one quite far and outside. Count now moved to 2-1. So popped up there by Gignac into the stands. And no fan will be there to catch it. We haven't seen many catching attempts by the fans. It's been mostly consisting of head covers. However, a kid in the blue hoodie will collect the ball after it hits the ground. So Gignac now sitting at a 2-2 count with 2 down. As Sam Lund looks on. So that one a little inside, and things are looking a little entertaining now. 3-2 the count. And so Sam Lund now with a chance to finish off the inning. And that one's popped up to right field. So Mark Phillips will take that. And I'm going to say it one more time. Tic-tac-toe we go by Sam Lund here. 1, 2, 3. And so now we move to the 6th inning. And the score remains 1-0 for the Tecumseh Thunder. So there you see on Go Live Broadcasts the Victoria Mavericks side. And so they will be playing in a all-BC matchup at 7 p.m., as I've said before, versus the British Columbia's Coquitlam Angels. And so I'm watching in anticipation for tonight's game. And so about 1 hour and 40 minutes until the scheduled start time for that one. So back now, Serge Vautour at the plate, and Joel Pierce going strong at the mound as he pitches his first strike of the at-bat. 1-1 the count now. So big swing and hit for a line drive hard down the center field line. So Serge Vautour tanking his way to first base. So the Fisher Cats off to a solid start here in the top of the 6th. And looking as good as they have today. So Mark Phillips with the chance now to back up the leadoff hit from Serge Vautour. So that one a little far outside for ball 1 of the at-bat. So Phillips swings through that one, and the bump ball to the third baseman will be taken, and Cunningham chips it to first. So although Mark Phillips will be called out at first on the lovely throw by the franchise, he will advance Serge Vautour to second. So Cunningham with the fast reflexes to check the look at or check the runner at second. And so Marcus Coates, the second baseman for the Fisher Cats, at the base, the home plate now. So Marcus Coates swings through that one, and lovely reflexes by Joel Pierce. And he stands at around 6'4", so I assume he has no small wingspan. So that means the second out for the Fisher Cats. And so Luke Vautour with his brother on third. And although Vautour is yet to get on base today, now would not be a bad time to try. So he watches that pitch go through as it's called strike. So Joel Pierce backing his pitching up with a nice bit of fielding there. Swung through hard there, and that one's hit to second baseman and collected. So Vautour unable to bring his brother home. And so the Fisher Cats remain scoreless as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. And Thunder ahead by 1.
So good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica. Ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery. Sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup. That is how we brew it up.
Cool. How are you making donuts?
As we head down now to the bottom of the sixth inning, the leadoff specialist for the Thunder, number 1 Matt Sykes, will step up to the plate. And on deck for the Thunder, number 29 Steven Adam. And just to wrap up my point that I made earlier on about being a player on a watch list, or on my watch list, in 14 at-bats, he's held a solid .357 average, and he scored the Thunder's only run in this morning's semifinal action. So Sykes watches that two-seamer fall in at around 72 miles per hour for strike 1. So a bunt attempt there, and he will pop it up. So that one is sent into foul ball territory. So 0-2 the count quickly now. So Sam Lund looking to finish off Matt Sykes here. That one just a little low, and Sykes tempted on that one as the home plate umpire checks with first base umpire Mike Doucette. And call is confirmed as a ball. Big pop up there to center field. And Luke Fatur appears to be under that one, and he is, as he takes that one. So 1 out now for the Moncton Fisher Cats, as Steven Adams steps up to the plate. So Adam watching that first pitch be called ball. And so Lund able to pitch a strike to move the count to 1-1. So that one just a little outside, as Lund looks as though he's preparing for the next pitch as the count moves to 2-1. That one swung through and hit hard to the first baseman as Vautour makes his way to the stomp on first base. And so that means 2 down now here in the bottom of the 6th. So number 27, Cam Goddard, will step up to the plate now. And although he is by himself, he has a chance to get on base here. That one watched as it's called strike in the upper end of the strike zone. So that one's watched as it catches the lower right side of the strike zone for strike 2. 0-2 the count now. So big swing through, and Sam Lund able to get his 3rd out of the inning. And the Tecumseh Thunder unable to give themselves a bigger cushion. And so the score remains 1 for Tecumseh Thunder and 0 for Moncton Fisher Cats as we head to the 7th inning on Go Live Broadcasts.
No doubles, eh? Let everybody know.
Oh, Ferrero gets got challenged, yeah. They could outside pitch away from him, he's got nothing. But it's pretty hard to hit a pitch that starts this far outside and ends up that far outside and everybody swings. Good for him.
The Tecumseh catcher, who's now playing at 3rd, has said he's going to make the another Emery Electric play. That's his goal right now. The Tecumseh catcher, number 3, who is now playing at 3rd base, is going to try to make an Emery Electric defensive play.
So the Moncton Fisher Cats now at the plate. And so a new man up to bat. And I believe that's number 7, Justin Cormier. He's the shortstop sub. And so I'm just receiving word now that the 3rd baseman, the franchise, is going to try and make the Emery electrifying play of the day in this inning. So Joel Pierce on quite the roll today, holding the Moncton Fisher Cats scoreless as the first pitch is called strike. That one hit hard down the center field line, and he will lead off in his first at-bat of the day and get on base with a leadoff single. And you could definitely say I have a hometown bias, but what a turnaround the Mavericks have made in this tournament. The team that I was referring to earlier, and they will be playing later on today. So just to give a little bit of context, after an 0-2 start, they have been red hot. They've been finding their way to an All-British Columbia final scheduled for 7 p.m. here at Wilson's Group Stadium. So a bunt attempt there by Fisher Cats number 2. And so he will be caught out at first, but he will advance Justin Cormier to second base. And so Tyler Walchuk doing his job with a bunt there. Although he's unable to make it safely on base, he does advance the runner, which is what the Fisher Cats need here. So Fisher Cats veteran Dave Barr at the plate now, with a chance to advance Justin Cormier to third. So Barr watching that pitch just a little outside for ball 1. So 2 experienced players facing off now in Joel Pierce and Dave Barr. What a performance thus far today for Joel Pierce. That one swung through and fouled into the toe of the catcher as the count moves to 1-1 with 1 down at the top of the 7th. So Dave Barr looking now to do some damage. Unsuccessful on that attempt, and so he swings through as strike 2 is called. So the Moncton cheering squad cheering on Dave Barr here as he has a chance with a 1-2 count to help his team along. So he will hit that one hard into right field, and Phillips will take that over his shoulder. So a shake of the head there by Dave Barr. He did get solid contact on that one, but it was not enough to go the distance. So in a last potential rallying cry here from the Moncton Fisher Cats, catcher Jeff Watkins stepping up to the plate now. And so the nerves are rising here as this could be a do-or-die play for the Moncton Fisher Cats. And this could mean the difference between a medal or going home empty-handed. So strike called there on the pullback on the swing from Watkin. So Watkin now with a chance to make a play. So he hits that one for a foul ball down the left field line as it just misses our cameraman Ali. So Joel Pierce sitting now with an 0-2 count, and Jeff Watkin at the plate. So that one popped up for foul, and it will go into the right side of the field, into the bleachers. So we remain at an 0-2 count. So Watkin doing a very good job at keeping himself composed and keeping things light here, although this could be a very big play on either side here. That one called ball. Joel Pierce playing with fire there at the edge of the strike zone, and Jeff Watkin doing the same. 1-2 the count now. So sitting around 84 mile per hour. Jeff Watkin, check that. Joel Pierce looking to seal the deal here. So a half swing attempt there. He does pull back on the swing, and for good reason. So count sitting at 2-2 now, and deep breaths on both sides here. So Joel Pierce with another chance. So big hit there, and Jeff Watkin will bring one runner home, and he makes it to first base safely. So an entertaining ball game we have here at Royal Athletic Park, and lovely chip shot there by Jeff Watkin as he narrowly misses the head of Tecumseh Thunder shortstop Brandon Gignac. And so Jeff Watkin doing very well to keep things light, as I said. And so Joel Pierce doing a lovely job thus far, however getting unlucky in a chance to finish the deal there. And so he will get a chat from Tecumseh Thunder head coach Jamie Kell. So the ball game is tied at 1 between the Moncton Fisher Cats and the Tecumseh Thunder. And so Joel Pierce will be walking off the mound, and what a lovely day for him. Only allowing 1 run scored in his final inning pitched, and getting a standing ovation from the crowd here. So we'll get back to you on this pitching change here as we have some entertaining baseball on Go Live broadcasts at Wilson Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park.
Our game pitching for Tecumseh, number 14, Taylor Allen.
So quite the day for starting pitcher Tecumseh Thunder's Joel Pierce. However, he was taken off in this inning here, and now we have Taylor Papin, the 6'3" lefty out of Windsor, Ontario. And so the Tecumseh Thunder coaching staff opting to swap hands and potentially take Moncton Fisher Cats off the mark there, as for the first throw of the day, Taylor Papin checking the non-existent runner at third. Lovely check there. So Chris Keating at the plate, the Moncton Fisher Cats designated hitter. And so he watches that one go through, as though it looked as though he had that shot premeditated with no swing. So catcher Jeff Watkin on first. So lovely pitch there. However, it's called ball. That's 84 mile per hour fastball. 1-1 the count now. So that one floating quite far outside to move the count to 2-1. So Jeff Watkin heads for first base, and so a little bit of a miscue there on the run, and a little bit of a miscommunication on the catch. However, the catcher Jesse Carrier able to take that one in foul ball territory, and so we head down now to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Tecumseh Thunder with one last chance to put themselves ahead after giving up one run there to the Mountain Fisher Cats. So the score is sitting at 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning on Go Live Broadcasts. So definitely some fun conversation going on Twitter now with the hashtag Baseball Canada. And so Uncle Bob saying now that he loves the name The Franchise. And so I'd say join the crew. I'm definitely a fan of the name The Franchise. So that's Uncle Bob on Twitter. And Kelly P was asking, why is the commentator giving grown men nicknames? And so whether you have something positive or negative to say, I always like to have fun in the commentator box, and so I appreciate both those comments there, both from Kelly P and Uncle Bob, and as they say, third time's a charm. So I will give you one final reminder to join our baseball chat on Twitter, and you can do so by tweeting hashtag Baseball Canada. Maybe you could meet your new best friend by talking about baseball, and to add to that, a bonus, you could be featured on Go Live Broadcasts. So heading now to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Roberto Duncan at the plate. So first pitch called strike. So Duncan not too happy with that call, but he will have to move on. So big swing there, and the ball's pitched up to the right fielder. And so Phillips will take that one with ease for the first out of the inning. Roberto Duncan having himself a tough day thus far, getting off the mark. And so catcher Jesse Carrier at the plate now. And so 2 outs remaining here at the bottom of the 7th. And the last time that Sam Lund gave up a run was the 3rd inning. I believe he only has 1 hit on the day. So a check swing there by Jesse Carrier, and for good reason, as the count moves to 1-0. So 1-1 the count there. An emphatic strike call by Andrew Downs, the home plate umpire. So that one floating in at around 78 miles per hour by Sam Lund. And so 1-1 the count now, or 1-2 I believe. There should be an error on the scoreboard there, but 1-2 the count now. So line drive down the right field line, and Serge Vautour, check that, will collect that one easily and step on the first base bag to get the second out of the inning. So Uncle Bob's favorite man, and mine too, the franchise, at the plate now, and with a chance to have some fun and maybe win the game. So the franchise watching that one float through at around 78 miles per hour. So strike one of the at-bat. So big swing and big hit there, and the franchise will hit that one hard. And he will homer it to win the game. And Uncle Bob must be happy at home. And the franchise wins the game for the Thunder. And so what a play. Toss your helmet, the franchise, as he crosses home plate. And big celebrations there. That ball did not look as though it was traveling the distance, but the franchise decides to hit the huge four-bagger. And what did the franchise say? He said he would do the Emery electrifying play, and he does so. So amazing play there by the franchise. And what a way to cap off a lovely tournament for the Tecumseh Thunder. So unfortunately, the Moncton Fisher Cats left in the 4th place stink hole and receiving the honorary handshake. However, a lovely tournament from the team representing New Brunswick there. And so the winners, the Tecumseh Thunder, blessed with a bronze medal to show as they head home later on this evening or tomorrow. And the franchise finishing off the game with style. So final score, 2-1 for the Tecumseh Thunder over the Moncton Fisher Cats. And so we will see you in an hour and 15 for the 7 p.m. Men's National Championships Baseball Final for the matchup between the Victoria Mavericks and the BC Coquitlam Angels here in Victoria, BC on Go Live Broadcasts.